seated as a council, I just reflect and look back on how this year has progressed, what we've done as a collective group along with the mayor for the city of Birmingham.
This year has been so much fun. I feel like we've laughed a lot more and that people have gotten to see more of, us, our humane side. So you get to see more of JT and Clinton and Wardine and Crystal and definitely Daryl and Valerie and Hunter. So you can definitely see us as really your next door neighbor that's representing you.
I know at the time we were seated, in some ways we did make a little history in the fact that Councilor Pro Tem Smitherman and I were seated in a leadership role. So that's been very exciting. I've enjoyed working with her. I've enjoyed the collaboration and the leadership that we brought to the City Council. I'm also very indebted to my fellow councilors that gave me this opportunity to serve.
I definitely feel like it's more of a team. I definitely agree that. I feel like now they really are my teammates and not just my colleagues. They're kind of like my work family. I do agree that they allow us to look at, we have different perspectives for different issues. I think that we push each other past our boundaries, making sure that we effectively represent our constituents. I can honestly, every single person makes sure like the whole team does that, including Mayor Woodford. It's such a positive environment. Even when we disagree, I don't feel like somebody's going to break out in a fight.
And so I think we've gelled well. We've used that experience. We've relied on each other, and we've listened to those new voices. And that's what I feel most excited about. It's how we've come together as a team. And again, we don't always agree, but we do find that common thread or that common ground to reach a consensus to do what we feel is best for Birmingham.
So this council honestly has a very youthful spirit, I think that's the best way to describe him. I mean, from just the atmosphere to, it's very rare you see in council go out there and dance with kids, rap with them, sing with them, really just be immersed within the crowd. And I see the progressiveness of this council and the youthful spirit be helped to put Birmingham even more on the map.
I want to thank them and those residents that gave us each an opportunity to serve together as a council. I look forward to next year and the following years and what we can do as a collective body for the city of Birmingham. So I guess with one word, I just have to sum it up, it's grateful. Good morning, Birmingham. Today is October 25th, 2022. The time is now 9:35 a.m. I call to order the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. As you can see from our video, we're sort of in a celebratory mood this morning. This is a year that we were seated as a council. And so Councilor Pro Tem and I just wanted to be sure that as we embark on our next year, we have this opportunity to reflect and show our gratefulness for the opportunity to serve the citizens of Birmingham. So I want to thank you all for what you do. And we want to thank you, Mayor Woodford, for being that 10th member of our team. We appreciate you. Thank you. At this time, we will have the invocation led by Reverend Dr. John L. Canelo III, pastor of 6th Avenue Baptist Church, and our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilor Tanya Tate. If you're willing and able, please stand. Good morning, Reverend Canelo.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's have a word of prayer. Eternal God, our Father, Creator, Sustainer, our King, our Lord, and our Savior, we're thankful, Lord, for this day, and we're thankful for the ability that you've given us to breathe in the fresh air. We're thankful for the roof that you've placed over our heads, and grant that we might show compassion to those who don't have roofs over their heads. We lift up the mayor and the city council to you, Lord, and we ask that you would lead them in conducting the business of this city wisely and fairly. May they continue to put politics behind them and work together to make this a better place for the citizens of this community. Lord, give us peace, give us safety, give us industry, and give us the wherewithal to help the least among us. And we pray this right now in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. This time, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Abbott. Councilmember Clark. Councilmember Clark. Councilmember Moore. Good morning. Councilmember O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Tate. Good morning. Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Woods. Council President Pro Tem Smitherman. Good morning. Good morning. And Council President Alexander.
Good morning. Thank you very much. At this time, councilors, the minutes are not ready for June 7th, 2022 through October 18th, 2022. We'll now have communications from the mayor. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Morning, Madam President. Good morning to the council. Madam President and council, I want to pick up where your video left off. Particularly Madam Pro Tem's word about us not putting each other in the headlock. I do want to express my appreciation to this council, to this body. The last year has been amazing to work with you all. I think I came in a few weeks after you for a second term, but you all as a body collectively, this is your 12 months, 1 year in, and it's been a treat. You're right, we may not always agree, but I do know this. We always communicate and talk with each other. We build trust with each other, and our hearts are all in the right place of improving the quality of life of not just the citizens in each of your individual districts, but collectively in our city. So I do want to publicly state my high appreciation for each of you, individually and collectively, and thank you for serving. And it's going to continue to be an amazing ride. Genuinely, I believe that. So
Thank you.
I want to start that. I also want to tell you why I'm wearing this. Of course, you see the Legion. I wanted to publicly acknowledge our local team, our local professional team, Legion FC, who had an amazing season, an amazing ride. They had their first playoff game at home at Protector Stadium. They had a pretty amazing crowd, record showing too. You remember that number? Yes. And unfortunately, they lost the game. But I did just want to state publicly, congratulations to the Legion FC on their season. We look forward to supporting them next year as well and their continued growth in our community. So, hammer down. Madam President, I have a few things I want to share in this mayor's report. They're kind of extensive, so I'll just jump in. Of course, everybody knows this is officially Magic City Classic Week. As I stated yesterday, it's important. As adults, you stay hydrated. You may want to include some naps. And let's all mind our business and have fun. But with that, for 81 years, Birmingham's Legion Field has been the site of the battle between the Alabama A&M Bulldogs and Alabama State Hornets. And these two schools battle in every way. We know the game. Of course, we know the bands, halftime, the fashion, the tailgating, and of course, school spirit. People from across the country, and I just asked Chas this, is it over 32 states, Madam President and Council, tickets have been purchased from over 32 states. Come for this historic event that yields about $25 million in economic impact for our city. So when folks go to talking about why we invest so much in this event, not just our love and appreciation for historically black colleges and universities, for these two institutions who have played here for 80 plus years, but that economic impact is another just feather in the cap of why we should continue to support it. There are over 50 events taking place this week. Many of those events are actually free. And so you can learn about all of those events by going to birminghamal.gov/classic. Again, that's birminghamal.gov/classic. Awaken, Madam President and Council, will be this Friday, October 28th. The City of Birmingham will host Awaken. It's our annual celebration that gathers community members to have transformative conversations and empower the next generation of social justice advocates. This year's event theme is Family Reunion, Stories Never Told, and it will pay tribute to Birmingham families who played a significant role in the civil rights movement. Also, we're glad to share, and we will be presenting to Dr. Shelley, the Playboy Steward, with the Putting People First Award. This free event begins at 9:30 a.m. this Friday at the Boutwell Auditorium, located at 1930 Reverend Abraham Woods Jr. Boulevard. Again, that's this Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the Boutwell Auditorium. For our families in the community, and this is something the council, that you can highlight in your districts as well, tax credit. So Birmingham residents could be eligible to get thousands of dollars from the child tax credit. Now through the end of the filing season of November 15th, the e-filing season that is, through November 14th, eligible residents will be able to claim the Earned Income Tax Credit using a new online tool. That is, and that tool, you can get more details by going to getctc.org. I'm going to repeat that. That's getctc.org. Madam President and Council, also there is the DYS Toy Drive. So from now, October 25th through December 1st, the Department of Youth Services is hosting a toy drive. Please do what you can to help make sure many of our children in need may have a happy holiday season. DYS is seeking unwrapped toys, new unworn coats and jackets, and new bicycles, and you can drop off your items at the following sites, one being the Department of Youth Services. Other sites include North, South, East, and West Birmingham Police Precincts, the Birmingham Police Administration Building, all 31 Birmingham Fire and Rescue Stations, I believe there's 32 actually, and First Credit Unions in Birmingham City. Just a reminder, Madam President and Council, we'll continue to talk about this every Tuesday because we got to build this into our culture here in the community. But uniform trash bins. Just as a reminder, the Department of Public Works is still in the process of delivering its first 20,000 of 100,000 uniform trash bins to residents across our city. This 20,000 batch is still being deployed on the east side of town. For updates and information, you can go to birminghamal.gov/pickup for more information. At this time, Madam President, if you don't mind, I can get you to step off the dais and come flank me, as well as I would like to bring Madam President Pauline Parker of Omicron Omega's chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha up, as well as all her sorority sisters. Ladies, please come on up, if you will. Madam Pro Tem and Council, you may notice that we have an extra amount of pink and green in the chamber today. I'm slipping on my green portion. I got some subtle pink on. But that's because the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated are here for a special proclamation. What I would like for it to do is present a portion of it and then have Madam President share a few words before Madam President shares a few. You know what? I'm just going to get into it. In the states, whereas Omicron Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc. received this charter on October 24, 1924, becoming the 15th chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and the first graduate chapter to be chartered in the southeastern region. The chapter's membership has included hundreds of professional women who are dedicated public servants and graduates of numerous accredited colleges and universities throughout the United States. And whereas since its inception, Omicron Omega chapter has consistently strived to do things that are worthwhile. The chapter has worked very hard in greater Birmingham metropolitan community for more than 98 years. Omicron Omega has a rich and storied legacy of serving all mankind. The chapter awards over $20,000 annually in scholarships to high school and college students, makes various contributions to charitable organizations, and continually provides volunteer services throughout the community. Now therefore I, Randall L. Whitman, Mayor of the City of Birmingham, along with the Birmingham City Council, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, October 25th, 2022 as AKA Day at City Hall. And I encourage all employees to recognize the selfless service of this organization and its members. And Madam President, before you speak, like Madam President, to share a few words.
Thank you so much, Mayor Whitman. Of course, it is an honor to be joined here today by the members of Omicron Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. As you've already said, we have a rich history of service to all mankind here in the city of Birmingham. We are going into our 98th year of service. I hope you paid attention. This was the 15th chapter that was chartered within our whole international organization, and we're the oldest graduate chapter in the Southeast region. I'm going to allow Madam President, I have to acquiesce to Madam President here, but it is just a joy to be joined here today by so many of my sorority sisters, and I am truly grateful to have had the opportunity to have them come and serve with us this morning on the council, so thank you very much.
Good morning to Mayor, Honorable Randall L. Whitman, and Madam President, Wardine Alexander, and the councilman. I want to thank you for acknowledging our, today, for turning and celebrating our 98th, this proclamation. It means the world to us. We are always doing great things in the community. We put on events, activities that are impactful. Our goal is to change the lives of many, those that are not as fortunate as you or I might be, but we are always doing something to make an impact. We serve you no matter who. We are doing educational, if it's financial, we are across the board. We want to make a difference in Birmingham City, and we have been doing that as stated for 98 years. We celebrated 98 years yesterday. We reside in Councilman Clark's district, and we are so appreciative with her and our new state-of-the-art building that, we boast about that but we are so happy that we can offer a community center. We also have our foundation, which is CAF, that we can accept any help and assistance from the councils when they want to give it to us. And we are most appreciative of that. So thank you. We will continue to make a difference in the greater Birmingham area. And thank you again.
Madam President and City Council, one last note before I take my seat. You've been kind to me with your time this morning and patience. I think a couple things on your agenda related to our children, one being mental health and the other being early childhood. So I look forward to discussing the items when they come up. Madam President and Council, that concludes the Mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate it. At this time, councilors, I would like to ask, without objection, if we suspend the rules and we'll go ahead and have our speaker presentations. And so we do have 3 presentations this morning, and the first one is Councilor Clinton Woods with District 1, and he wants to bring information about an upcoming event at the Lyric Theater and local partnerships. Councilor Woods.
All right, good morning. We're going to have Mr. Elias Hendricks Jr. Come up with, started the group Vox Fortura, and so really something that we need to do more of here locally is really expose our community and our youth to the arts. And so Birmingham bred Elias gives us opportunity to do just that. And so he actually started the group Vox Fortura, and I believe they are the only black male quartet in the world, or
In the classical
world, with the world. But so we're excited to have him here today, just to talk a little bit about his upcoming event. They're going to be at the Lyric Theater on November 6th, and so we want really everybody to take advantage of that opportunity. But this is just a great opportunity for us to continue to find ways to expose our community to the arts, and what better way to do that than with a Birmingham bred talent. So come on and say a few words about what's coming up.
All right. Thank you,
Good
Councilman Woods. First of all, thank you to the council for your commitment and support of the arts. Just a little bit about the show and the group. I'm, of course, Birmingham born and bred, and I've spent the past few years in London developing this concept. It's an all-black male classical quartet, and we have, all four of us are classically trained, and we do a mix of opera and soul music. And I had the idea to put this concert together in Birmingham because I was inspired years ago from a concert that I had the privilege of seeing, the Three Mo Tenors, years ago. And I know the impact that had on me as a young budding singer. And when I came back, I've reached out to several council members, and you guys have made it possible for me to be able to provide this opportunity to the community to potentially inspire another generation of young singers. The concert is a mix of opera and soul music, mashups of things like Mozart and James Brown, and we also have a world premiere in the show by a Birmingham composer named Sam Robinson. And as some of Birmingham's greatest talent, we have Dominique Posey, we have black male ballet dancer Jamal Barnes. Our own poet laureate's going to come and provide a poem for us with classical underscoring. So it should be a really great event. And again, I just appreciate you guys for your continued commitment and support of the arts. And please come out and see us if you haven't gotten your tickets yet. Please come out and get them. I'll be here if you need any questions about that. But again, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys on November 6th. Thank you.
And I was going to ask you to give us that date again, November 6th.
November 6th, 5:30 p.m. That's a Sunday.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
It's after classics, so.
Yes. You have a website that...
You can get tickets at lyricbham.com, or you can get them straight from our website. That's www.voxtura.com.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hendricks.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
Looking forward to that event. As you said, it's always good to give our residents an opportunity to have other cultural activities and things that we may not see all the time. So thank you. Councilor Moore.
Yeah, I'm just excited to hear this Mozart, James Brown mashup.
It's something to hear.
Curious to how that's going to go. So,
yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, we have a presentation by Councilor Valerie Abbott, and this is to discuss the triple-demic and free flu shots. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. Is Dr. Johnson here? There she is. Our own Dr. Creed Johnson from the city's employee health clinic is here to talk to us about this triple-demic, which we didn't even know was a word.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Abbott, for having me today. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So the triple-demic. So we've all heard about the pandemic and COVID. However, the flu is going to be very interesting this year. We're going to have the flu virus, we'll have COVID virus, and we'll have what's called RSV, respiratory syncytial virus. Usually you think about that when you think of little bitty babies and smaller kids, but this can affect adults and older adults and cause hospitalizations. So this year we need to be more mindful since everyone is outside. We're getting ready for Magic City Classic, but be mindful to keep your hands washed. If you're going to be really close to social distance as much as you can, wear your mask. And we will be having free flu shots at the clinic. You can go to our website, cobclinic.com, and register, or if you're already a patient of the clinic, you can get your flu shots there. We'll also be having the flu shots during the biometric screenings. This is the first time we'll be doing the biometric screenings in a few years. It'll be November 7th through the 11th. The 7th, 8th, and the 9th will be at Boutwell Auditorium. On Wednesday, we'll be at Crossplex, and on Thursday, we'll be at Crossplex, and then Friday, we'll be at the North Precinct. So you can go again to cobclinic.com and register. We'll be doing checking for obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. We'll be doing those screenings. It's absolutely free for all employees to get a baseline. You can take those results back to your primary care doctor, or if you don't have a doctor and you need me or my staff to go over those numbers with you, we can do that as well. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions about COVID or anything, but I did just think it was important for everybody to hear that it's not over,
No, ma'am.
and that we still need to be careful, especially for Classic Week, because everybody's going to be all smashed in together and just need to get their COVID shots before Saturday.
Yeah, get your COVID shots and your flu shots. Yeah, so we have those, and whatever we can do to help, we appreciate it.
And I'm in an RSV study right now.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's been really interesting to see how studies work. If for a person that's not really familiar with them. So I didn't even know what RSV was, and I still can't say it.
Yes, respiratory.
You say it one more time.
Respiratory syncytial virus.
Yes, that syncytial part that I can't say. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Councilor Abbott, and thank you, Dr. Johnson, for bringing this reminder to us and this awareness. Had heard this morning on CNN they did have some information, and they didn't call it the triple-demic.
Triple-demic,
but we
yes,
know
ma'am.
that it's something that is they ask residents and people to get those flu shots and get the COVID shots early before we get into the winter season. So if you need that booster or you need your initial shots, go ahead. I want to thank the city of Birmingham for the wellness opportunities that they bring to the citizens. We know so often in our community there's a disparity in health care, and often it's availability as well as being able to afford it. So we thank the city of Birmingham for what they do for the wellness, and thank you for this reminder.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, last but not least, we have Councilor LaTanya Tate, and she's recognizing the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We know October, we spend a lot of time talking about breast cancer awareness, but there's also the initiative to remind us of what domestic violence, the role it plays in our community, and how it can affect our residents. Councilor Tate. Good morning.
I asked my colleague Harold Clark to join me as well.
Come on, Carol, right here.
We are here because, as you all know, October is Domestic Violence Month, and I'm here to introduce One Lay Bain with the National Hookup of Black Women Birmingham chapter and the renowned author Sanova Muhammad to present their organization and what can be done to help curb domestic violence. We know that education is the best defense against domestic violence, from identifying the signs to understanding the cycle of abuse. Public health research has shown that the use of prevention strategies at multiple levels, from individuals to communal to societal, will lead to lasting social change. Prevention addresses the root causes and conditions that make domestic violence possible. And the primary prevention is focused on establishing gender equality, cultivating healthy relationships, and changing the culture to stop domestic violence before it starts. One Leah, please share with the mayor and the city council what your organization has done to help this cause.
Good morning, brothers and sisters of the council. Thank you for allowing us to present today and speak to you. My name is Juan Leah Blaine. Speak up. My name is Juan Leah Blaine. I'm a member of the Birmingham chapter of National Hookup of Black Women. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the lives of women and their families through health and wellness, education, services, and arts and culture. As you know, domestic violence, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and incidence of domestic violence has increased by 30% since the pandemic, and it affects 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men. Of course, the most vulnerable victims are the children. This dramatic increase has especially been felt in Alabama, which has one of the highest rates of domestic violence in the country. This issue is very near and dear to National Hookup of Black Women. We plan an annual and monthly event where we provide resources and education and partner with other organizations such as the YWMCA and the Serenity House. We also have a scholarship program, a women's work program, where we it's basically a scholarship program where we help women learn skill sets to help free themselves from these types of situations. Domestic violence is crippling to families and therefore crippling to the city and our communities. We know that in February of 2022, Governor Kay Ivey granted a $2.2 million to nonprofit organizations for various different reasons. And we've come here today to ask for an acknowledgement from the City Council regarding the urgency to do more around supporting those who suffer from domestic violence. We are asking for a resolution against domestic violence in our communities that provides resources and clear direction on where the city stands. And as always, the Birmingham chapter of National Hookup of Black Women is always accepting donations towards increasing our efforts as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all so much. We are so grateful. I'm Synovia Muhammad. My mother was killed in 2013 at the age of 80, and she was an educator, PhD. She had homes, but she was in a cycle. So this is very dear to my heart. I've written a book about it called A Journey to Forgiveness. I'm also, this is classic, but I'm also doing a book reading in Eastlake on Saturday from 4 to 6:30. So don't expect y'all to be there because y'all will be doing that other stuff. But I just wanted to say that. Thank y'all so much. We're so grateful. Peace.
And I am going to invite my colleague Carol Clark to read the resolution because she is a member of the National Black Women, the Hookup Organization.
Thank you, Councilor Tate. And I won't read the entire resolution, and I just want you to know, Synovia, I'm going to be at the Classic, then I'm coming to your event. But just to cite some statistics in the resolution, whereas domestic violence is a problem that knows no race, social boundaries, class distinction, or age, in 2001, 20% of the 19,873 violent offenses committed in Alabama were domestic violence incidents. Domestic violence was indicated in 4,013 incidents reported. These included 40 homicides, 172 rapes, 3,762 aggravated assaults, and 24,625 simple assaults. 75% of the domestic violence offenses in Alabama were reported by women, while 55% of victims suffered injuries. And now therefore, be it resolved that the city, let me just start over. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Birmingham, with Mayor Randall L. Woodfin concurring, pauses in its deliberations to recognize the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the City of Birmingham, presented this 25th day of October 2022 at the recommendation of Councilor LaTanya A. Tate. If I can get UC for the resolution. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Now, a motion to pass the resolution.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you very much. Ladies, Councilor Williams wanted to. Go ahead. We do thank them for bringing the awareness. Again, domestic violence is a really serious thing that affects women, family, children, all within the United States as well as in our community. So thank you. Did you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is a very apt presentation, and it's like Council President Alexander said. Not only does it affect people all across the United States. It really does affect people right here in the city of Birmingham. You know, we have 3 types of homicides in the city of Birmingham, and I think one of our largest is those that are involved in a relationship. So DV, or domestic violence, is something that not only plagues the nation and the state, but the city of Birmingham. So just that organizations that are working through that, because it's not something that our police can solve. We're not going to have officers in people's houses. So the organizations that work through that, kudos to them.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, now we're ready to entertain the consent agenda. Thank everyone for this presentation.
Yes, ma'am. All right, our consent agenda begins on page 2 with item number 3. Then we go over to page 10 with items 8 and 9. Please note on item 9, it was also recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. Page 11, items 10 and 11. Page 12, items 13 and 14. And we're removing item 12 because there's a request to defer the item from the mayor's office. On page 13, we have items 15, 16, 17, and 18. Please note that items 16 and 18 were also recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee. Page 14, we have items 21 and 22. Page 15, we have items 23, 24, and 25. Page 16, we have items 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Please note on item number 26, this is approving payment for the purchase of 10 2023 Ford Police Unity units instead of the Maverick pickup truck. So instead of the Maverick pickup truck Super Crew XL, this is for purchase of police utility units. And then on page 17, we have item number 31, and that completes the consent agenda.
Thank you. At this time, councilors, are there any items you'd like to have added or removed from the consent agenda? Yes, Councilor Williams. That is item 24 on page 15, the request to be taken off consent. Any other items? All right. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation indicated with the P will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. So we have a motion and a second for the consent agenda.
Move for consent agenda.
The vote has started. Councilor Moore.
Yes.
Councilor Tate. Yes. And Councilor Williams is out.
All right, thank you, councilors. The consent agenda passes. If you were here for any item that has just been approved for consent, that item did approve, and you're welcome to continue your day, and we will continue with the rest of the meeting. Thank you. First item, Madam Clerk.
The first item is item number 1 on page 2.
an ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2022-00005, to change zone district boundaries from QD5 qualified multiple dwelling district to QC2 qualified general commercial district, filed by C. Randall Minor of Maynard Cooper and Gale on behalf of the owner, Crown at Cahaba Associates Limited Partnership, for the property located at 5050 Cahaba River Road and situated in the northwest quarter of Section 35, Township 18 South, Range 2 West, and this is the hearing about interested parties.
Thank you. At this time, I'll turn the meeting over to Councilor Abbott, who is the chair of our Planning and Zoning Committee. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Gambrell, will you present our case, please?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Tim Gambrell. I serve as the Chief Planner for the City of Birmingham. This is case ZAC 2022-5 in the Overton neighborhood, and the proposed and existing use is a 255-unit luxury apartment development. The subject property sits on approximately 12 acres of land, currently zoned QD5, qualified multiple dwelling district. Abutting the subject property to the north is a privately owned property zoned QD5. Abutting the property to the north also is a large section zoned QC2. The properties located to the south, east, and west are outside of the Birmingham city limits. The current zoning qualified multiple family district is designed to allow for a range of medium to high density residential development characterized by multifamily structures. There was a previous action on this case in 2001. The property at that time was rezoned for the existing use, which is a multifamily development, and there was a queue on the property that basically dealt with a site plan. And there were a few queue conditions that were recommended as part of the report. One was to limit the height to the existing height, and then to limit certain uses that are listed here. The applicant's proposal is to continue the current use of the 255-unit apartment development. Current zoning QD5 limits the maximum height of structures to 45 feet. The current apartments are legal nonconforming structures because of their height at 62 feet. The parking is also legal nonconforming due to the number of spaces that are in excess, which is 175. This applicant is seeking to rezone because, notwithstanding the legal nonconforming status of the development, there are circumstances in which the partnership could not reconstruct the development if it were damaged. The long-range land use plan identifies the property as general commercial. This land use category allows for large supermarket, department store, movie theater, big box, supporting retail, other services, leisure, entertainment, high-density multifamily. Let's see. The Overton Neighborhood Association met at a regular scheduled meeting on April 5, 2022 to review the proposed project and voted to support the proposed rezoning request. That vote was 3 in favor and 0 against. The Zoning Advisory Committee met at a regular scheduled meeting on May 3, 2022 and voted to recommend the request with the following queue conditions. One was submit and approve of site plan. One was to limit the height to the use to its existing use of 62 feet, and then to limit certain uses in the district that may be detrimental to the adjacent Cahaba River. Planning and Zoning Committee met at a regular scheduled meeting on May 25, 2022 and voted unanimously to recommend the rezoning request to the full council. And that concludes the report.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. This is a public hearing. We would ask the representative of the property owner to come and speak with us first, and then any residents or other interested parties. So,
thank you. Randall Minor, land use attorney at Maynard Cooper and Gale, 1901 6th Avenue North, Birmingham, Alabama. I'm here on behalf of the applicant, which is Crown at Cahaba Associates Limited Partnership. I have 2 representatives from that partnership here today, Alan Engel and Andrea Haynes. So if there are any questions for the property owner, those would be the people to speak to. We also have a representative from Walter Scholl Engineering. Walter Scholl is actually here. Just a little background on what Mr. Gambrell was saying. Our client became aware of the downzoning of the property earlier this year. When they became aware of it, they called me and we filed this application. That's kind of the short story of it. You guys had the World Games, and while the World Games were going on, we were working with Tim and everyone else in the PEP to resolve the downzoning situation. Long story short, we came up with a stormwater mitigation plan that we've committed to do, and we've actually recorded a stormwater covenant that will allow us to satisfy the current requirements of the city regarding stormwater runoff. And the long story short of it is this was built before the city adopted the current stormwater regulations. And so when we got downzoned, the solution that we worked with Tim and others on was to come up with the stormwater plan that everyone found acceptable. And so I'm happy to elaborate more. It's probably more than I should have said, because you guys are probably looking forward to go to other things. But obviously we have the whole team here in case there are other questions.
Thank you. Does anyone have a question? Dr. O'Quinn?
Yes. So Mr. Gambrell mentioned that the change in zoning would impact the property owner's ability to remedy any damage to the property should that event occur. Can you give us a little background?
Yeah. So the D5 that was put on there in 2012, 2013, whatever, after we built it, 2015, that had a height restriction of 45 feet. And so right now, the highest buildings are 62 feet. So under the zoning regulations, if there were a fire that destroyed an entire building, you could not reconstruct the entire building. So there's provisions that cover if you have a partially destroyed building in a fire or whatever it is, and you can rebuild to the height that you had it. But if the building is completely destroyed, you can't rebuild. So that was the issue that we ran into. Obviously, we wouldn't want people to not only lose all their belongings in a fire, but then also not be able to live in the place that they were living. So that's what this is all about.
Thank you.
Councilor Clark?
How old is the development that's there now?
It's about 10 years, give or take. I mean, it's not even 10. 8 years. 8.
So there are not plans to redevelop the property?
Correct.
But there's no prohibition. I mean, you could redevelop it to anything allowable under the new zoning.
So I think the answer to that is technically yes, but practically it couldn't be redeveloped. So one of the issues that we had in kind of going through this plan review process was we realized that the parking is well in excess of the required parking. And so that was the major issue. So when you have parking in excess of the requirement, you have to develop low-impact design guidelines. And that's what we spent at least a month or two working with PEP to come up with those guidelines. And I'm not an engineer, obviously, but I don't know that they could satisfy the stormwater requirements if they built more units. So I think we're limited to what we have, but I'll defer to others on that. I mean, the purpose of this, though, is to restrict it to what we have. So we would just want to rebuild in place if there was some kind of calamity.
Okay. My other question is, would the proximity of this site to the Cahaba, would it have caused this development to be subject to the restrictive covenants that the Waterworks Board has, or is that recorded on the site? And are you complying with
correct
that?
me if I'm misstating this. I don't think it is in the watershed protection plan area of the Birmingham Waterworks Board.
Okay. So it may be far enough away.
Correct. And then one of the things too is that and I've got some pictures if you wanted to see it, but the topography of this site is such that the Cahaba River is pretty close, but it's not adjacent, and then the flow of water actually flows to the site as opposed to the Cahaba.
So it's steep topography between the river and the
Correct.
site.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And in addition, you mentioned the C2 zoning. There are 4 uses that are queued out in this proposal: automobile service, automobile and light truck repair, recycling collection center, and water or sewer pumping station. So there are some limits, but they don't intend to, at this junction, to tear down all the apartments and put in something else.
Correct. And I don't think you guys intend that, and I'm not sure the lender would allow it, right? So I think they're fine as is.
Okay. If there are no other questions, okay.
Okay, so I know we're restricting the height, but the parking is already in excess of what the existing zoning allows, and I'm more concerned about the impervious surface than I am the height. So do we have any ways to limit them going to build another 100 parking spaces or whatever, paved area? And maybe it doesn't matter because of topography, but...
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, this is Tim Gambrell again. I would say that the site, is kind of fully developed out. I don't really think they have an opportunity to do that.
Okay.
And then I think the other thing that, we're satisfied with is that, this did trigger, a further scrutiny of their stormwater plan, and they've had to go back and do work on their stormwater facilities to upgrade and bring them up to the standards of our most recent stormwater ordinance. So while it's been, a little bit of a challenge to go through this process, but it seems like there's some benefits to the city and the protection of the river. And I would also mention that the Waterworks Board did scrutinize their stormwater plan.
Anyone else? Councilor Williams?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I just want to thank the owners of these apartments for going through this amount of due diligence to become compliant with our stormwater and also protect the Cahaba. I think that, or the watershed, I think that, when you have an existing development and you make changes to become compliant, that says a lot about your corporate citizenship. So it would be a lot easier to ignore it and say that you're grandfathered in. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other members of the council? This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public here today who would like to speak? Seeing no one, Madam President, I believe we're ready for a vote.
Thank you. Yes, we'll call for the vote.
I'm sorry. I forgot to give the motion and second. I need a motion and a second.
I thought we'd done that already.
So moved. Second.
All right. Thank you. That's okay.
And the vote has started. Councilor Moore.
Yes.
And Councilor Tate.
All right. Thank you. That item passes. Thank you very much. Next item.
The next item is item number 2, also on page 2. An ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2022-00009, to change zone district boundaries from MUD mixed use downtown district to D4 medium density residential district, filed by Becky Carpenter with Corporate Realty Development on behalf of the owner, Northside Redevelopment LLC, for the property located at 1710 26th Street North and situated in the southwest quarter of Section 24, Township 17 South, Range 3 West, and this is the hearing of all interested parties, and we need a motion.
All right, thank you. This item, I'll turn this over to Councilor Abbott for the public hearing.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Gambrell, will you present our case?
Yes, ma'am. Tim Gambrell, I serve as the Chief Planner for the City of Birmingham. This is case ZAC 2022-9 in the Druid Hills neighborhood, and the proposed use are single-family residential homes.
The subject property sits on approximately 2.89 acres of land currently zoned mixed-use downtown. Abutting the subject property to the north is vacant land zone D4, medium-density residential district. To the south and west is the old Caraway site that is being redeveloped, currently zoned mixed-use downtown. To the east are single-family homes zoned R3, single-family residential. The applicant's proposal is to downzone this parcel, referred to as Block E, from mixed-use downtown to D4, in order to construct single-family homes on 16 individual lots. The construction and design of the homes will be contracted out to a third-party home builder. These will be wood frame construction, slab on grade. Most single-family residential projects are expected to be 1 or 2 stories. The city's long-range land use plan identifies the property as mixed-use downtown district. In 2019, this parcel was rezoned as part of ZAC 2019-12, and it was rezoned to CB2. Different parts, I guess, were zoned CB2. It was rezoned CB2, B6, CO, and I to mixed-use downtown district in order to allow new mixed-use development on the old Caraway Hospital site. The Druid Hills Neighborhood Association met a regular scheduled meeting on May 23, 2022 to review the proposed project and voted to support the proposed rezoning request. That vote was 19 approve and 0 to deny. As a courtesy, the applicant took the rezoning request to Evergreen and Norwood neighborhoods as well. The Evergreen neighborhood met a regular scheduled meeting on May 17, 2022 and voted unanimously to support the request, as did the Neighborhood Norwood Association on a regular scheduled meeting on June 22, 2022. The Zoning Advisory Committee met at a regular scheduled meeting on August 2, 2022 and were unanimous in their decision to recommend the request to the Planning and Zoning Committee. The Planning and Zoning Committee met a regular scheduled meeting on August 10, 2022, and they were likewise unanimous in their recommendation for this project, and that concludes the report.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant here?
Good morning. This is Mary Ann McGee with Corporate Realty to represent the applicant.
Okay. Do you have anything to add to what Mr. Gambrell has already told us?
Yes, I would just like to add, I'm sure some of you remember who were there when we rezoned the property in 2019 as a whole. The intent was to have the northern portion of the site taper back into single-family homes. So the intent with this case is to keep that intent. The intent is the same. We're just adding more single-family home lots.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Any questions from members of the council? Yes, Councilor Tate.
I just want to thank you guys because I grew up right there on 25th Street North, and MacArthur Elementary School was my elementary school that I went to, and of course I used to frequent Caraway a lot because they had good ice cream. And the Char House used to sit on the corner, so it's going to be a game changer for that community.
Yeah.
You know, the Norwood community, which my grandparents' home house is still on 20th Avenue North. And so it's just going to be a game changer, you know, for people that grew up in that area.
Yeah, and we're really excited about it. And to be able to add, you know, I'm one of those people where I'm looking at houses, but the selection is very few and far between. So being able to be a part of a project that is adding additional single family is
So thank
really
Corporate Realty for taking interest in Norwood.
Anyone else?
I just had one question. I apologize if I didn't wait for you to recognize me. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Madam President.
Thank you. How many homes are we talking about?
Right now, they are drawn up as 44 total, including Block E. I think there are 44 lots.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's my only question.
Okay. President Pro Tem Smitherman?
How much will the homes cost?
We don't quite know the exact cost yet, but they will be market rate. So they will go for market rate.
What's market rate right now?
I really couldn't tell you in
with
Druid
the
Hills.
I just don't know. It changes all the time.
Right. And we just haven't done, you know, anything further than just the drawings, so we don't have any estimates at the moment for what they could cost.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that they're affordable.
Right.
So, it doesn't matter if it's a young family couple coming in or somebody that's trying to get up on their feet, that they're able to move in, or anybody that maybe in that neighborhood wants to move to a newer house. So.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Understand that.
Yeah, thank you for your being diligent with this corporate realty. I know it's been a long process, but I really want to give a shout out to Mayor Woodfin because this is his baby. He has been talking about this since 2017. I think he really is an example of somebody who went off to college, came back, and reinvested in the same neighborhood that raised him. So thank you for making sure this is being sent through.
Thank you. Any other members? Okay, well, this is a public hearing, so I wanted to see if there's anyone from the public who wishes to speak. Being no one, Madam President, I believe that we are ready for a vote.
Yes, Madam Clerk, we'll call for the vote. Oh, JT, did you have the phone?
No, I was just gonna. So you did say market rate, correct? Got you.
So we are planning we will sell the property to a home builder, and they will most likely charge market rate for the homes.
Got you. I just wanted to make sure that I was clear on that.
Yes.
Being market rate.
Yes, correct.
Got you.
Right, the vote is of course, I believe.
The voting started.
Please note my abstention. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That item passes with the noted abstention. Thank you. Next item.
The next item will be on page 9, item number 4. An ordinance authorizing the Birmingham Chief of Police to execute a one-year agreement beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023 between the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency for the State Bureau of Investigation and the City of Birmingham for its Birmingham Police Department for the city's participation in the Alabama Drug Enforcement Task Force and for distribution and receipt of funds and property forfeited as a result of investigations by ADETF. And because this was held over for 1 week, this is our second reading, so we don't have to have you see it.
All right, thank you very much. Mayor Whitman, would you or one of your staff or someone from the Chief of Police Office just give us some reminder and rundown again of what this item is?
Yes, ma'am. We'll have Chaz Mitchell, Chief of Operations, come forward before the council, provide an update. This side. Sorry, the microphone is on.
Are you good?
Madam President.
Good morning.
Good morning. So the contract before the council, LEA, would be the agency seeking to any forfeiture under this agreement. The city is merely assisting in investigating and ferreting out any criminal activities of any type of drug offenses. Property involved in any criminal activity is often seized and would be subject to a civil asset forfeiture. So basically it's just an interlocal agreement between the city and the LEA for any type of forfeiture of any civil crime.
I also want to add, Madam President, because I was able to speak to one of your colleagues who had some genuine, fair concern. These type of forfeitures are not necessarily at a misdemeanor level or a traffic stop. These are more so from significant long-term investigatory cases where there's been ample surveillance and other things of that nature where felony arrests are actually made.
Thank you. At this time, are there any questions? Councilor Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. So, yes, I want to thank Chief Mitchell for his follow-up regarding my questions. I did think it was important to share that information with my colleagues, specifically the point that the Alabama Drug Enforcement Task Force doesn't seize any property other than firearms, vehicles, and cash. So they're not taking, real estate, houses, jewelry, whatever else. And I also think that it's important. So Alabama Drug Enforcement Task Force also has to report annually to ADECA on these seizures. And I think it's important to note that from October of 2021 to September of 2022, there were only 8 cases of these seizures for entire Region G, which is the metro area, not just Jefferson County. In those 8 cases, by far the majority of the items seized were for firearms. There were only 3 vehicles seized, one of which was returned, in 2 cases that involved, cash. So I think it's just, it was important for me to kind of keep this in, perspective and know that, in light of some of the other highly publicized cases from elsewhere in Alabama, this is not an issue where this privilege is any way being abused. It's really a deterrent mechanism that's important for our law enforcement.
Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. Any other comments or questions? We're ready for the vote.
The vote has started.
All right, thank you. That item passes. Next item.
The next item is item number 5, also on page 9. It is a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute for and as the act of said city, a housing investment partnerships program and development agreement between the City of Birmingham and Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America, under which Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America will be awarded funds under the Home Investment Partnerships Program and the American Rescue Plan Act for the purpose of constructing 16 affordable single-family new construction units in the Woodlawn community, on-site infrastructure improvements, and mortgage assistance for the development of the project for an amount not to exceed $892,182. So we need a motion.
All right, thank you. This is authorizing a resolution that will be authorizing the execution for the building of these homes with Housing Reinvestment Corporation of America. Mayor Whip, and this was approved by Budget and Finance. I didn't know if you want anyone from Community Development to just give us just a little overview of this. I know it's been through several committees, I think.
We can do that, Madam President. We can have team members from Community Development, Corey Stallworth, come in, as well as any other members of that team that would like to be present with him as he shares some information with the council on this pretty important endeavor.
Good morning.
Dr. VT as well.
Yes. It looks as if we were just together a few hours ago.
We were. It was wonderful. This is an exciting week. Good to see you all.
See you, Dr.
We're really excited about the opportunity to again work with NCRC, who we know is developing or has committed to develop 200 units of housing across the city. This is one of those, so vacant lots, 16 vacant lots that we'll be redeveloping into affordable home ownership opportunities. So this is to help fund not only the acquisition of the land, but also support the development.
Thank you. Any questions for the team? Councilor Moore?
Not really any questions. Just wanted to state that, this is a real game changer for this area. I know that it's taking place right there around I-3 Academy, which is very much needed. Those vacancies have, kind of caused several challenges for the students that go to that school and families that live in that area as well. And so being able to create space for this development will definitely bring more eyes and serve as an anchor for a lot of different things. So excited to see this.
Yes, we are too.
Thank you very much. Councilor Pro Tem?
Thank you, Madam President. I know we talked about this yesterday, but some of the same people that watch Budget and Finance may may not watch it, the same ones who watch a council meeting. I know that this is a part of the same package of homes that was similar to Bellevue Heights, and there are plans to go into different parts of the city. Can you just touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So I believe we have a remaining 150 homes to construct after Woodlawn and, of course, Bellevue Heights. And so we have already kind of done a preliminary plan of other areas that we would like to build in. It's really high level now. We still have to work through the kinks with that. But, of course, one of our next ones that we would like to bring to council is the Shadowbrook development, where we would like to build up to 50 homes there. There's some other property that we're eyeing in West End, Roebuck Springs, Roebuck Springs, East Lake area, and so there's some other sites, but as we continue to work through the list and put that together, we'll be sure to share that.
Okay, well, I'm very happy to hear that, because I know when Mayor Woodfin proposed this to us last year, he said it would be throughout the city. And so I want the constituents to know that it's not just in Woodlawn, Bellevue Heights. Like, we're trying to really put affordable housing throughout the city. So thank you, and congratulations, JT. This is another big win for you.
It's a big win for the city.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
I'd like to say something. None of this is in District 3, and I'm still happy for the rest of y'all. And I took a scenic drive through West End the other day on my way to Dr. Lee's house, and I have to say that there's lots of opportunities in West End, but there are a lot of opportunities to fix up houses that just need fixing rather than just building new or demolishing the old ones and putting new ones back. There's some really nice homes there that no one is taking care of. So, great. And I'll be happy for all of you.
Thank you.
It's good for the city.
Right. To Councilor Abbott's point, there are a lot of different structures that, could stand some TLC. Is that something that could also fall under this program as well?
Yes, so the Woodlawn project will include about 3 homes that we'll renovate. Also, a part of that, as we move forward, we'll try to see how we can do targeted critical repair around these developments to enhance the perimeter around where we're building new construction.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Williams.
I think that everyone's kind of said everything that I had on my mind, especially with the rehabbing of old or structures that need a little TLC, or a lot of TLC with some of these structures. But that was the main point or question that I had is, and I think that this is great. One thing that this city has lacked is a plan to rebuild. We spend a lot of taxpayer dollars demolishing, but we haven't consistently spent, and from a historical standpoint, the same amount of dollars making sure we're rebuilding and building up the city. And so I think this is a great plan, Mayor. And so thank you for that. But I do want to see if we can have some sort of focus on existing structures. Is that maybe something we could even have as, a committee of the whole item? Because I think that, if we have so many opportunities throughout the city, I think that will interest all of us.
I think that is a very good suggestion. We'll work with the appropriate team from the mayor's office and just give us that overview, because it's something as counselors that we would also like to know, but how we can advocate and get that interest in other areas. So I think that's a good idea, because there are a lot of homes that don't have to be demolished. They just need, again, as we said, some tender loving care. And there's some existing really nice things that are in those homes that could be refurbished and really be of quality.
So with that, does this program specifically only do single-family homes?
Yes.
Okay.
But not really single-family detached. It could be duplexes or townhomes as well. But it is a home ownership program, so no rent.
That's where,
multifamily.
Madam President, Council, to your colleague's question, it's kind of where we want to distinguish ourselves. In this conversation of market rate housing, a lot of emphasis is placed on rental. I think our niche from Birmingham is that when we do go vertical or we do make investments, particularly in affordable, we want a significant part of the conversation to be home ownership. So just wanted to stress that.
Thank you. And we'll look forward. We'll plan probably early of the year, opportunity to re-look at this again from that standpoint of getting those reports. Thank you so much. All right, councilors, we're ready for the vote.
The vote has started.
All right, thank you, councilors. That item passes. Next item.
The next item is item number 6, also on page 9. A resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute for and as the act of said city all documents necessary to provide a community development block grant small business loan in the amount of $30,730.91 for a term of up to 10 years at an interest rate of 5% to Kellen Matafa for financing for eligible costs associated with the Zephyr Barber project located at 213 25th Street North, Birmingham. And please note that this was also recommended by the Budget and Finance Committee.
All right, thank you. Could we entertain a motion in a second so we can get this item up for discussion?
Second.
All right. Thank you. Again, this was recommended by Community Development, and it was approved by Budget and Finance, and Economic Development. Thank you. Any questions about this project, or do you just want to really need a summary of what we're doing here?
Madam President, we'll yield to the body to see if there was a comment or question first. Here's the short version, unless they want to give detail. This is our continuation of supporting small business growth, small business development, particularly for minority-owned, et cetera. So community block grants affords us the opportunity to do that.
Thank you. Without any further discussion, we're ready for the vote.
The vote is started.
Thank you, councilors. That item passes. Next item.
The next item is item number 7 on page 10. An ordinance rescinding ordinance number 21-114 adopted by the council on August 3rd, 2021, authorizing the mayor to execute a redevelopment agreement with the Jones Group LLC, under which the Jones Group would undertake a project at real property located at 1445 Hibernian Street, Birmingham, which is the site of the former Scott Elementary School, to remodel the property and surrounding grounds to use as its company headquarters, converting the property into a useful and attractive commercial office space, and the city would transfer title to and make the property available for redevelopment at a use value of $30,000. Because after a review of the cost to bring Scott School to a point of occupancy, the Jones Group decided that the project would be cost prohibitive. This is an item of permanent operation, so we'll need UC first. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, now motion.
All right, thank you, councilors. Any questions regarding this? This is the rescinding of an ordinance where this group was going to go in and make some changes to the Scott School property, but the group did decide that the project would be cost prohibitive. Questions, Councilor Clark?
If it's cost prohibitive to rehab the existing facility, is there any thought to the city tearing the site down? That's probably not germane to this item. I don't know.
Mayor?
Madam President, a very honest answer to Councilor Clark's question is that's premature. We don't know the answer to that. I think the rescission that's before you and their decision, look, I'll be honest with you. I think I've been honest with all y'all on this topic around just where we are globally in the economy, what's going on with interest rates, what's going on with supply chain, what's going on with construction costs. I can't tell you the why related to what's before you, related to the future of this building. I think we just would need to assess.
Yeah. I'll just note, I have some sentimental attachment to it because I did go to second and third grade there, but as school buildings go, it's not the most architecturally significant and, crying for preservation structure as school buildings go. I just want to say that.
Thank you. I know we do have a certain amount of sentimental value when it comes to our school facilities and structures. And with this one, I just believe we have to rely that it was an economic decision by that group to decide. And of course, we'll continue to work to see what other options we could bring at this time. Sir, it's not a public hearing. I apologize. So we don't. That means it's permanent operation. Thank you, though. All right, thank you. At this time, we're ready for the vote.
Okay, the vote has started. The vote should be up.
Yes, all right. That motion passes. Thank you. Next item.
The next item will be item number 12 on page 12. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an event sponsorship agreement with ESPN Productions, Inc., under which ESPN shall plan, implement, and host the NCAA Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl football game in Birmingham, Alabama on December 27th, 2022 at Protective Stadium. The Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl is expected to bring college athletics, numerous fans, visitors, and officials from outside the city and will create and foster community pride while providing recreation and entertainment opportunities for attendees, bring jobs, and have a positive economic impact for the city. For ESPN hosting the Birmingham Bowl in Birmingham, the city will provide sponsorship incentives to ESPN not to exceed $200,000 in accordance with amendment number 772. And we have a request from the mayor's office to defer this item for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we asked for a 2-week delay, I believe. They asked for a 2-week delay.
Motion for a 2-week delay.
Ready for that vote?
That vote has started.
All right, thank you, councilors. That item is delayed for 2 weeks. Next item.
Okay, the next item is on page 14, item number 19. A resolution appointing one member to the Birmingham Parking Authority for a term beginning November 1st, 2022, and that term will expire October 31st, 2026.
All right, thank you. I turn this over to Dr. O'Quinn, who's the chair of the Transportation Committee, to present the recommended name.
Yes, ma'am.
Motion under the table.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Go ahead, Dr. O'Quinn.
All right. So this, as mentioned, this is a resolution appointing a member to the Birmingham Parking Authority Board of Directors for a term that expires October 31st of this month. And the Transportation Committee is nominating and recommending Mr. Jeffrey Havercroft to serve in that position for a term expiring October 31st of 2026.
And he's replacing
Doris Sims.
All right, thank you. Any questions regarding this recommendation? All right, councilors, we will entertain the vote. All right, thank you. This item passes. We welcome Mr. Is it Havercroft?
Yes.
to the board, to the parking board. We thank you, Dr. O'Quinn, you and your committee for going through this process of consideration. Next item.
The next item is item number 20, also on page 14. A resolution nominating 2 members to the Birmingham Parks and Recreation Board for appointment by the Parks and Recreation Board. One term expiring October 8th, 2023, and one term expiring October 8th, 2026.
All right, thank you. Councilors, can we entertain a motion and a second to have discussion on this item?
Motion.
All right, thank you. Councilor Clark, who is the chairperson of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural, you will guide us through your nominations.
Thank you, Madam President. So the recommendation to this body is to make 2 appointments at this time to the Parks and Recreation Board of the city. The 2 appointments are first Walter Body to a term expiring October 8th, 2023, and he would replace Montel Morden. And the second recommendation is to appoint Megan Ann Halinga to an appointment to a term that would expire October 8th, 2026, in the place of Carly Miller.
Thank you very much. Councilors, any discussion or questions regarding these 2 recommendations? All right, we're ready for the vote.
Vote is started.
All right, thank you very much. The item passes. We thank you, Ms. Clark, and your committee for considering the applicants and bringing these 2 forward to us for their positions on the Park and Rec Board. This is Mr. Walter Body and Ms. Megan Halinga. Thank you very much. Next item, Madam Clerk.
The next item is item number 24. It's on page 15. A resolution approving payment to Southern Emergency Consultants, Roanoke, Alabama, for the purchase of 2 refurbished 2022 Type 1 F-350 ambulance remount at $251,858 with optional features as needed at unit prices on file in the Office of the Purchasing Agent for a period not to exceed 1 year of the Fire Department based on bid awarded contract 2021-03 by the Savick Buying Group, St. Cloud, Minnesota, a national governmental purchasing cooperative, and authorizing the mayor to execute any necessary documents on behalf of the city. Need a motion, please.
All right, thank you. Actually, Councilor Williams had requested that this item be moved from consent. Councilors, would you like to table this for just a few minutes to allow him to come back, or we can go ahead and consider it? All right.
I move we table this item.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. All opposed?
All right, thank you. We'll go on with the rest of our meeting, and then we'll bring that item back up.
Okay. The next item is item number 32. It's on page 17. Receiving the emergency purchase notice from the purchasing agent relative to the extension of emergency repairs for the storm sewer failure at 3448 Cliff Road, Birmingham. And the next item is item 33. Also on page 17, a resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to execute a time extension and increase to emergency contract with CP Construction due to removal and hauling of a very large tree that obstructs access to a failed storm sewer at 3448 Cliff Road in accordance with Title 39 Code of Alabama. The total amount of increase shall not exceed $8,000 under the terms of this agreement.
Thank you very much. I believe both of those were emergency notices, correct?
That one you'll have to.
Number 33. Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
All those in favor? Any discussion? Sorry. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk.
The vote is started.
Thank you very much.
3 people are out.
Yes, thank you. That item passes. Thank you very much. We don't have any old and new business. At this time, councilors, I will allow you, Mayor Woodfin.
Madam President, I apologize for interrupting. Before you go to your next agenda, I just wanted to publicly thank the council. I understand the 2 items stated on the consent, but
Yeah.
continuing investments in mental health, as well as our latest and newest investment in our continued portfolio of investing in supporting our youth, which is the foundation, early childhood. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We did have discussion on the items in budget and finance yesterday. Very good presentation. I'm just thankful of the work that we're doing as a city. We know the importance of reading initiatives and mental health support for our students. So I feel I can speak for the council that it was important to us to support those items. So thank you. Appreciate you. Councilors, now we will go back to the item that had been pulled previously from consent. That was item number 24.
Yes, we need a motion to.
I move that we take that item 24 off the table.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, Councilor Williams, you had asked if this item be taken off.
Yeah, my questions were answered, and more or less I was trying to make the mayor late for his press conference. So we're good. Ready to vote.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, we stay with the original motion and second before we table it, or do we have to come back?
No, ma'am, we'll use the same one.
Okay, thank you.
Put that back on.
All right, thank you. We're ready for the vote.
Well, we may have to do a new one since Councilor Smith.
I move
is not
approval.
in.
I move approval.
Thank you.
And the vote has started.
All right, thank you. All right, councilors, thank you. That item passes. Next, we will entertain comments from our councilors regarding activities going on in your district, and we'll start with you, Councilor Clark.
Thank you, Madam President. I woke up Saturday to a very powerful public safety forum hosted by Councilor Tate. It was the Sneaker Soiree, a forum on peace, healing, and public safety. And I just want to, applaud her for that because actually not just Councilor Tate, but the Mayor's Office of Peace and Policy, Social Justice, Birmingham Police Department, District Attorney Danny Carr, the Director of Juvenile Detention was there, the Offender Alumni Association, and national and local experts. And, it was some amazingly insightful conversations around restoring, justice and humanity in our communities. Really, how, what the police department's role is, but how we have to be more intentional about building community and creating a sense of belonging for all people, so that we can really address the crime issue. But it was interesting to hear what people were doing to break down the systems, but also kind of what our personal responsibility is. And I guess my biggest regret is that I got there 10 minutes late because it was so good. I was like, what did I miss? But I believe they recorded everything, and that we really, it got me to wondering about, okay, so we have to do this. We have to do the work in communities, but how do we do the work? So, more conversations like this need to be had around the how-to steps and any models that are out there. Also, Sunday, District 8 had a chance to host the long-awaited Blues and Barbecue Fest. I think I've been waiting on this thing to happen all year. But anyway, it was on the east side of Legion Field. It really went off well, and we enjoyed Big Row, Cupid, and the Manhattans, but some of us also got to judge the barbecue cook-off and have our districts represented in the barbecue cook-off. And, even though District 6 got the grand prize, District 8 was placed second, and we had the best overall sauce. I don't think we got to say that. We had the best overall sauce. But the one complaint the pit masters had, they were like, beef ribs, really? They were like, they didn't know how to cook beef ribs. We also didn't know how to eat beef ribs. But anyway, we did our best and had a really, really good time. But just want to congratulate IEO and Rory Kent and the team for really putting on a good grown folks party, grown folks day party, because we got to, we didn't have to stay up late or anything. But as for neighborhood meetings in District 8, we've got the Bush Hills neighborhood meeting tonight at 6:30 via Zoom. And if you'd like to get the dial-in information, you can call my office at 205-254-2304, or you can go to www.bushhills.org to get that login information. And it is Classic Week, and there will be some road closures around Legion Field, so residents close to that area, College Hills, Graymont, you're welcome to pick up your residence passes. Those are your little windshield hangers that will allow you to penetrate those boundaries. And to pick up the passes, you have to have proof of residence, such as a picture ID, utility bills, deeds, and the like. And only 2 per household are allowed. We're winding, the Birmingham Parks and Recreation Department will continue offering safe havens for the city's youth. Kids can come for tutoring, snacks, recreation, and more from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. At the following rec centers on the stated days. MLK Rec Center on Mondays, Central Park Rec Center on Tuesdays, Inslee Rec Center on Wednesdays, and Harrison Rec Monday through Wednesday. So please enjoy these resources and help keep our young people safe. Also, story time at the Gardens is this Friday, October 28th, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join us at the Birmingham Botanical Gardens with your preschooler for a story, followed by a creative craft at the Gardens. The event will be held in the Southern Living Garden, weather permitting, or in the Garden Center. This program is designed to promote a love of reading, creativity, and gardening, all while gaining the benefits of visiting the gardens and being outdoors. And look out, because the District 8 walking group is on the move every Thursday at 8 a.m. sharp. Come a little before 8 so you won't get left. We do a 1.5-mile loop around the Crossplex, starting at the Starbucks. And all fitness levels are invited. No registration is required. Just show up. And, the mayor earlier mentioned several events for the Magic City Classic. One of my all-time favorite events is the Battle of the Choirs, which doesn't get any publicity ever, it seems. So it's always Classic Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Sardis, and that's both of the school choirs facing off. So everyone have a safe and fun Magic City Classic Week. That concludes the announcements for District 8. I would like to make a couple of announcements for District 9. Dolomite Neighborhood is going to meet tonight at 6 p.m. via conference call, and that dial-in number is 602-580-9525, and the access code is 378-9426. Also note that the Fountain Heights neighborhood is going to meet tonight at 6 p.m. in person at the Fountain Heights Recreation Center, located at 1105 5th Avenue North. Also, Enon Ridge neighborhood will meet Thursday, October 27th at 5:30 via Zoom. Please note that the next public safety meeting is going to be on Tuesday, November 8th, and you can submit your agenda items to Brandon McCray no later than Thursday, November 3rd at 1 p.m. Also, there's a Fall Harvest Festival. You can join the NBUMC for the 2022 Fall Harvest Festival. taking place on October 30th, and this is at New Beginnings United Methodist Church, located 2133 32nd Avenue North. And it's from 1 to 3. You can contact the church office for more information at 205-328-3937. That concludes the remarks for District 9, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Councilor Moore?
Yes, so, so District 4 had a very eventful weekend. First off, I just want to say thank you to B Grace Media, Parks and Rec, BPD, who else? Councilor Woods, and anybody else that I did. 94.9, yes. DJ Chris Coleman. Gotta give a shout out. We had a wonderful, wonderful Safe Summer Series. Nice kickoff to the Classic weekend, and a nice finale down there at Patton Park. So appreciative of each and every person that came out. Like, we really, truly had a good time. The Connection Band cut up, Dominique Posey, like, just, and Silk, man, it was just amazing. And everybody had a really good time. Councilor Tate came out, Commissioner Tyson, board member Jason Meadows, the mayor, like, everybody was there. And so extremely appreciative of the support, because Black Joy is a very beautiful thing that we need to normalize, and that's exactly what we were able to see that night, man. Everybody had a really good time, so just shouts out to everybody. I also want to just, remind everybody that, the student loan forgiveness application is available. You can go to studentaid.gov. President Biden is forgiving up to $20,000. That is a big deal. So if you got them student loans, like, go ahead and fill it out. It's a very easy application. You don't have to upload anything. It takes you less than 3 minutes for you to jump on it. And so studentaid.gov. Also, Volunteer Lawyers Birmingham is offering an expungement clinic this November. So anybody that has any issues with traffic violations, any misdemeanors, or non-felony offenses, they will be hosting an expungement clinic November the 4th. But participants will need to call ahead of time to register to ensure that whatever issues you have, they can actually be addressed at this clinic. And so you would need to call 205-564-6080. Again, 205-564-6080. Moving on, I want to just give a shout out to Penfield Park neighborhood. They had a health fair this weekend. It was a really great event. It was the Community Queen's first senior-focused health fair. Had several different vendors out there, and a great speech by Miss Joyce Fluellen, who shared about her experience and her battle and her victory over breast cancer. And so very appreciative of her having the courage to share that story, and just use it as a way to inspire others in the community and throughout the city. And so great job to them. Also want to let everybody know that the unofficial results for the neighborhood associations have been released. And so if you want to find out exactly who was nominated or who received any votes in your neighborhood and what positions they're in, there's a link that has been placed in the Facebook the Facebook video that's going on right now, for folks to be able to just check and see who those neighborhood officers possibly might be. Again, these are the unofficial tallies, so nothing is set in stone just yet. I know that the Community Resource Office will be releasing those very soon, so just keep that in mind. Let me see, and then the only other things that I have, I want to give a big shout out to Woodlawn High School. They actually won their homecoming game against Minor. I went out there. It was a bittersweet moment. I can't lie to you because, you know, I'm an alumni of Minor. But I was excited about the win. Them boys came to play. And so I'm extremely excited about them. They did an awesome job. So kudos to the Woodlawn Cardinals football team. Let me see. So we got a couple of neighborhood association meetings that are taking place. On Wednesday, we have the Norwood Neighborhood Association taking place at 6 p.m. Following that, on Thursday, we have the Harriman Park Neighborhood Association taking place at 4:30 at Harriman Park Rec Center. So if you would like to learn more information about that, please go to the Birmingham City Council website, find the District 4 page, scroll all the way down, and find that information, those details at the bottom of the page. Let me see. In addition to that, we would like to send a big thank you to the Step by Step for donating to the Woodlawn Boys basketball team. Thank you for that. This Sunday, Woodlawn will also be having their trunk or treat, and it will take place from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at 55th Place North. Let me see. And then the Woodlawn Effects Fellowship Program, We Lead, is accepting applications for their spring program. The deadline to apply is October 25th. Please visit www.woodlawnunited.com for more information. It's an opportunity for individuals in the community that want to learn more about how to be leaders, how to get more engaged and involved in your neighborhood and in your community. I think it's a great tool and a great resource. And that is all I have. I just want to say to everybody, look, it's Classic Week. That's it. That's all I got. Just want to say to everybody, man, it's Classic Week. Have a great time. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. Like the man said, man, stay hydrated. Please stay hydrated.
Thank you, Councilor Moore. Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. It's lucky I don't have much to say because he already took half my time. The next planning and zoning meeting is scheduled for November 10th at 3:30. Of course, my committee members aren't here, so I have to send them a message. The Neighborhood Association meeting updates tonight, we would have had Redmont Park, but they canceled their meeting. And Glen Iris Neighborhood Association is having a neighborhood cleanup this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they are meeting in the parking lot in George Ward Park closest to the dog park. So everyone who wants to pick up some trash, come to the cleanup. It's a lot of fun. Well, it is. It's fun to see your neighbors and to share a little gossip and stuff like that. Okay, and also we still continue to have our website where we try to put all of the information that we're provided about things going on in District 3 and beyond, and that's www.bhamdistrict3.com. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Abbott. Councilor Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Just want to say thanks for the video that you guys put together. I've been here 5 years now, and it keeps getting better and better. And thank you guys for your leadership. We've had a couple of moments over the past year, but for the most part, I can say that it is a pleasure serving with all of you, truly. And hopefully, the best is yet to come. So happy Classic Week. Also want to congratulate all of the neighborhood officers who were successful in their endeavors. The unofficial results have been released, and so some changes and some not, but in any case, congratulations to the folks who were successful, and thank you for serving. Fountain Heights Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. at the Fountain Heights Rec Center, located at 1101 15th Avenue North. Last week, Congresswoman Sewell hosted the Federal Railroad Administrator, Mr. Amit Bose, at the Birmingham at the Harris Homes Public Housing Community for a roundtable discussion and tour of the pedestrian tunnel there at Harris Homes. Thank you to Mayor Woodfin and Council President Alexander, Councilor Moore, Commissioner Tyson, for all joining in that conversation. We talked for a solid hour and a half about not only the issues there in the Woodlawn community and at Harris Homes, but also the issues that are all across the city, especially in District 6 and District 7. And so we're hopeful that Administrator Bose's visit to the city of Birmingham is a very positive indication of our pending application for federal funding to support a project to alleviate that. And, we're approaching this again as phase one of a multi-phased effort to address these types of issues all across the city of Birmingham. It was a really big deal to have Administrator Bose here. I mean, the only people he answers to are Secretary Buttigieg and President Biden. So when it comes to the railroads, he's like the top guy. So it was something major to have him here in the city of Birmingham, and especially have him on site and assessing conditions for a project that we have a application submitted to address. So really big deal, and residents all across the community have heard us talk about this issue, and unfortunately these just things take time to develop, a long time, but his visit to the city really lends credibility to all of our efforts, and so just extend a heartfelt thank you to Congresswoman Sewell to getting him here. And lastly, I want to thank one of the things I'm trying to do through the Transportation Committee is be a convener for transportation stakeholders from across the metro area. And so after our committee meeting yesterday, we had folks from ALDOT and our own Department of Transportation, BJCTA, and hopefully we'll have other transportation stakeholders join us in the future, but really trying to leverage my position as chair of the Transportation Committee to be that convener of all of these folks from different sectors of the transportation community that may not intersect on a frequent basis, and just trying to provide the space for them to come together and build relationships and talk about potential collaborations and cooperation that we can do to improve transportation options across the city of Birmingham. And yesterday we had a presentation from Cameron Atchison of David Baker Architecture, specifically on transit-oriented development. She's talked specifically about the project that Woodlawn United is seeking to build there right adjacent to the Woodlawn Birmingham Express terminal. So really exciting stuff, and all of my colleagues are welcome to join in on those conversations if you're interested. Thank you, and that concludes my announcement.
Thank you very much, Dr. O'Quinn, and we do appreciate all the work that you do with the Transportation Committee and ensuring there's that voice there, so thank you. Councilor Williams?
Thank you, Madam President. Crestline Neighborhood will be meeting Thursday, October the 27th at 6 p.m. at McElwain Baptist Church. And then Economic Development will have our work session Tuesday, November 1st at 11:30. Conference rooms D and E. Please submit your items to India Bailey by Thursday, October the 27th, if you would like them in that meeting. And happy Classic. I know that we're going to be seeing a lot of each other over the next 5-6 days, and I plan to stay hydrated.
We hope you do. Councilor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. We don't have any neighborhood meetings this week. The Crescent Cultural Community Center, this is in West End at 1121 Tuscaloosa Avenue, is having their second annual Trunk or Treat event this Monday beginning at 5:30. They'll have free candy, prizes, and more. 94.9 and Birmingham Park and Rec will have their fall festival this Monday from 5 to 7. It'll be at 3025 Inslee, 5 Points West Avenue. Also, Rock City is having a fall fest this Monday at 6 p.m. So you have a lot of opportunities to have your babies dressed up in costumes and get a lot of candy. I am one of the sponsors for a Senior Fit Health Fair, which will be at Railroad Park. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama is also sponsoring a couple of more. This will be next Tuesday beginning from 1 to 3. They have free health screenings, refreshments, everybody loves food, prizes, and they'll show you different exercises as well. I actually drove by the park and saw there were about 20 seniors getting their exercise on, so I was happy to see that. The next Budget and Finance meeting will meet Monday, November 14th at 3:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. Submissions are due Wednesday, November 9th by noon. Email submissions to laquia.wilson@birminghamal.gov. The next Public Improvements and Beautification Committee meeting will meet next Tuesday at 2 p.m. here in the council chambers. Submissions are due tomorrow by noon. Email submissions also to laquia.wilson@birminghamal.gov. And then I really wanted to highlight this one because I love Ricky Smiley. He is actually having his morning show here in Birmingham at the Boutwell this Thursday. Doors open at 4:30 a.m. and showtime is from 5 to 9 and it's free. So I'm really excited about that. We had two very successful events this past weekend. We had the Senior Health Fair. We had the Senior Health Fair in Mason City. That was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Shout out to all of our sponsors. And also we had the street market on Sunday. We had a lot of vendors. We had people there. Shout out to 94.9. I really enjoyed myself. So I'm really happy about the Safe Summer concert series. I think that was the end of it, but I think I really, really liked it this year. I like the collaboration between Districts 1 and 4. And I think we had a pretty good success for it. So I look forward to next year. I know Kim has compiled all of our events in one video, which can we play after Madam President is done? Thank you.
Thank you.
And happy Classic Week.
Thank you. Councilor Quinn?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with one of last mentioned. Been checking the weather forecast for Saturday. It's improving. Yes. So maybe we'll avoid the rain, but just want to remind folks about the parade Saturday morning. Starts at 8:30, and I don't think the route has changed. It's the same as in the past, but definitely if you like marching bands especially, you'll get a big show. Thanks.
Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor.
Yeah,
Clark.
so I know me and Councilor Clark had talked about this, last year about a float.
Yeah.
Like I know that's probably not possible this year, but next year I think it would be cool for us to be able to get us a float for the council.
You know how much work there is to build a float?
All right.
We'll start early.
Right. We'll take that on.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You're going to say the same thing?
I just wanted to double back to O'Quinn and talk about, light at the end of the tunnel for Harris Homes. I mean, just seeing, him in that tunnel and knowing what that means for just the potential to remedy that just seems so out of reach. I can't applaud the efforts enough because, we may be making some real headway there. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Here are the announcements for District 7. We don't have any neighborhood meetings this week, but we do have several bulk trash and brush pickups. One is scheduled today in the Riley community. So if they haven't come by your home yet and you have some bulk trash and brush you'd like to put out, please put that out. Thursday, this pickup will be in the West Goldwire and Garden Highlands neighborhoods. And on Friday, the scheduled pickup is for the Green Acres community. On Monday, there is also a pickup, and that's scheduled for Germania Park. We want to special thanks to Mr. Gary Lawrence. He wasn't the winner, but he was the pit master for District 7 in the Birmingham Barbecue and Blues Festival. They say on TikTok, what do they say? Baby, we had a time on Sunday. So it was very exciting to jumpstart the Magic City Classic. As you've heard, there are many family-free, fun-filled events that were held on Sunday. So I want to thank each counselor for the support and for your participation in those and being the driving force. Of course, we'd be remiss if I just have to repeat. I felt like we had a very good, successful Safe Summer Series, and so I want to thank the council. I think we made a difference in the community with those. We did them in different ways between districts, but I believe our residents really had a great impact for that. We do have a Southwest Fall Festival and Hallelujah Night that's taking place October 31st, starting at 5 p.m., and that will be at the Hopewell Baptist Church, Hillman Station. There'll be games and prizes. There's a costume contest and the second annual chili cook-off. And somebody up here is supposed to be part of that chili cook-off, and I'm really scared for her because she can't cook, and that's me. So we'll see how we do with that one, okay? And this is being sponsored by the Project Hopewell Incorporated and the Southwest Alliance Association. So if you got any good recipes out there that a novice can take on, let me know. And for real. That's right. We'll do that. All right. Thank you. And counselors, we want to thank members of the officers on duty today for the Birmingham Police Department: Cedric Pinkert, Tevin Irby, and Marco Easley. Can we entertain a motion for adjournment?
Real quick, I'm sorry. I just had to give one more shout out to all the businesses, the food trucks that came out to the Safe Summer Series. Thank you. The food was amazing and people really enjoyed themselves, so that was it.
And that's okay, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank the members of Omicron Omega Chapter Alpha Kappa Alpha this morning for hosting us this morning, and they brought greetings and we had breakfast and just the opportunity for them, part of their community engagement. They want to get to know the counselors and talk about issues that are relevant to areas in our community, so we thank them. Now we'll entertain that motion, right?
Second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
So we're here for the classic Sunday street market.
We're here at Patton Park right now, here with a wonderful crowd. It's a great turnout.
It was very important for me to bring community together.
District 1 and District 4 came together to put on the finale of the Safe Summer Series and the kickoff of Magic City Classic.
We are at the Senior Health Fair at First Baptist Church in Mason City. Thank you to Pastor Mann for letting us use the church. We have the Jefferson County Department of Health here. We have vendors. We're here talking about vaccinations, Alzheimer's, STDs, monkeypox, COVID-19, anything you can think of. Just really making sure that we take care of every age group, every generation of District 6.
Gun violence has affected a lot of youth, and to talk about why it's time to heal, why we need peace, why public safety is necessary, but bring it from a community standpoint, because I think, again, as I often say, those that are closest to the problems are your solution solvers. Nothing about us without us.
This was such a great event. Just bring everybody together, a good family-friendly fun to start off the Classic Week. I'm just happy that we have been able as a council to have all these family-friendly events. I'm sure the concert was really good that happened at Patton Park, and look forward to having more events in District 6.
Like, we just got started. It's already packed out. This is crazy. So it's more than we expected, but we're gonna have a good time nonetheless. It's a lot of people out here. It's crazy.
And it's not even 6 o'clock yet. Like, we're just at the first event, and it's already packed out. I don't know if you can scan and, just kind of get a feel of what this park looks like right now, but, it's crazy out here. So, yeah, we're just excited about it, man. We got food trucks galore lined across the whole street. People are eating food. People are dancing. People are, meeting people that they ain't seen in a minute. It's like a whole family reunion out here in October. I'm loving it.
Happy Classic Week, Birmingham. And for more from the Birmingham City Council, follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.